racism uses against black people. Fear. Fear, not money, not jail, not law. Fear, psychological fear. They control you through your fear. So the first thing black people have to drop. See, we talk about we got to drop the miseducation. We got to drop the Eurocentric mindset. We got to drop the religions. We got to drop the holidays. We got to drop the dress code. We got to drop the weave and the perm. We got to drop the white women. You do. But guess what? You can drop all that. If you ain't drop your fear of white folks, ain't no need to drop nothing else. Because as Maya Angelou said, rest in peace to Queen Mother Maya Angelou, one of our great poets. Rest in peace to Queen Mother Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou was asked, of all the virtues, Queen Mother Maya Angelou was asked, of all the virtues, which one is the most important? Of all the virtues, which one is the most important? And guess what she said? She said, of all the virtues, the most important one is courage. She said courage. She said, because if you don't have courage, you can't practice no other virtue. Facts. 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 What do I say? What is Dr. Umar's 5 assessments? 5 assessments of conscious people. What are the 5 assessments for Dr. Umar? Courage, consciousness, commitment, consistency, and creativity. Courage is number 1. Courage. If you scared of white folks, you will be no good. Courage, consciousness, consistency, commitment, creativity. Courage. Nat Turner, Harriet Tubman, Shaka Zulu, Patrice Lumumba, Steve Biko, Thomas Sankara, Amilcar Cabral, Menelik II, His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie Jah, Rastafari. Shout out to all my Rastafari family, brothers and sisters. Shout out to my Rastas down in South Africa, Johannesburg, and Cape Town, and other points in between. I love my Rasta family. They Garveyites like me, revolutionary Pan-African nationalists like me. Shout out to the Naya Bingi. Shout out to the EWF. Shout out to the 12 Tribes. And of course, shout out to the Bobo Shanti Rastafari. Marcus I, Emmanuel I, Selassie I, Jah, Rastafari. At the end of the day, white folks will never truly be your friend. They can't. Why? Because they have an obligation. And you see this, how many times you watch a slave movie where the black slave and the white person, real good friends, they grow up together, and then they get to a certain age, and then all of a sudden the white friend begin to step off. You seen this, right? Or even if they adults, the white man treat the black woman a certain way, or the white woman treat the black man a certain way, and then all of a sudden one day out the blue, the white person tells them, you are still an N-word. And you see the look on a black person's face like, oh my God, I thought we were friends. I thought we were friends. You can never be the friend of a white supremacist. Let me say it again. You can never have a white supremacist as a friend. Let me say it one more time. You can never have a white supremacist as a friend. And since all white people practice racism, you can never have white friends. Facts. Emotions do not confuse white people as to the status of blacks. Let me say this again, because this is an important one. Emotion. I have a white husband. He loves me. I have a white wife. She loves me. That might be true, but that does nothing to change the power differential that exists between us and them. Let me say it again. I don't care how white people feel about you. I don't care how they feel about you. I don't care what kind of emotions they have about you. Guess what? They will never change the way they treat the group you belong to. They might treat you a little differently, but they will never treat black people a little differently. Did you hear what I just said? They might treat you a little differently, but the way they feel about you does not change how they treat members of our in-group. Fact, a black man with a white wife, that white woman will still be just as racist towards other black folk as she was before she married the black man. Your white best friend will be just as racist towards other black folk as she was before you became her best friend. Your relationship with white people does not change the way they interact with black folks. Wake up, learning disabled Negroes. Some of y'all asking questions, respectfully, because I don't mind questions, but you're asking questions that I feel I've already answered millions of times. Somebody just said, do you not think we can all coexist peaceably? And do you know what my response to that is? Do you understand white supremacy? It's real. Do you see, that's why I'm doing this, because y'all still have a learning disability. We just went through 8 steps and you come right back with the same ridiculous question because you love white folks. See, you can take the slave out of slavery, but only the slave can take the slavery out of himself. You can take the slave out of slavery, but only the slave can take the slavery out of himself. I know y'all don't want to hear this because y'all some multicultural, everybody else loving ass people. Guess what number 11 is? Immigrants will never join your cause. Can I say it again? Immigrants will never help you. Can I say it one more time? All you multicultural Negroes waiting for Chinese and Arabs and Indians and Southern Europeans and Latinos and Mexicans to help black folk, you foolish Negroes will be waiting for the rest of your life. Study slavery. Study slavery. When they brought the Chinese in here, they used the Chinese to do what? Keep you from working on the railroads. They brought the Indians in here. They brought the Indians to do what? Use them to keep you from getting jobs in the agricultural sector. The same thing they doing today. They got the Mexicans coming in to take all the low wage earning jobs. And I'm not against the Mexicans or the Indians or the Chinese. I'm simply saying that anyone who comes to America and wants to live the American dream must help the white man keep you in your place. Let me say it again. Anyone who comes to America and wants to live the American dream must help the white man keep you in your place. So if you think that the Chinese and the Arab and the Latino and the East Indian is going to lose their green card and lose their residency card and lose their work permit and lose their student visa and lose their shot at becoming a U.S. citizen to help 45 million materialistically addicted, white, Jesus-loving, scared of white folks, black folks, you'll be waiting for the rest of your life. Immigrants ain't come here to help black folks. Immigrants came here to help themselves. Facts. Slavery taught us this too. 400 years. Science, the white man's science, is a religion. It is not a discipline. In slavery, they said they did research that proved black folks was half monkeys. They did research that proved black people had tails. They did research that proved that black people were of the devil. They did research that proved that black people were intellectually inferior to white folk. They did research on this and research on that. The white man's research ain't science. It is his opinions and his doctrine and his platform passed off as empirical evidence so you don't challenge it. Whenever the white man come and says, we got some studies that prove black people, we got some studies that prove black people, we got some studies that, listen, I don't want to hear about no white man studies. I had a Negro come to me talking about, can you show me some data that proves the learning disability don't exist? Why in the hell would the white man do research on anything that undermines his 21st century African Holocaust project against you? You will never see research that contradicts what white folks are teaching. The homosexuality, they say we found a gene that makes people gay. Of course they're going to say that because they're pushing homosexuality on black boys. What you expected to say? The science always corroborates the political agenda. The science always corroborates the political agenda. You Negroes is great. Can I see your research? Can I see your, do you know who does the research in America? Who does the research in America? White universities. Yeah, Howard do a little. A couple black colleges do a little, but 95% of the research in America is done by white colleges. Amos Wilson, read Amos Wilson's Developmental Psychology of the Black Child. In Amos Wilson's Developmental Psychology of the Black Child, ancestor Amos found research from white folks that showed black kids were more intelligent the younger they were. That black children from birth to 5 were more intelligent than any other child. And of course, from birth to 5 is the true period to assess intelligence prior to formal educational instruction. Once you start learning, you're not measuring intelligence. You're measuring what? Acculturation and instructional quality. That's it. Amos Wilson found research that white folks threw out. They hid it. They put it to the side. Why did they put it to the side? Because anything that contradicts what they are trying to sell and what they are trying to kill will never, ever be published. You don't believe me? I got a little homework project for all you all working, all y'all college students. Listen up, college students. And they'll never offer me a job to teach at your college. They'll bring me in to speak. Oh, they love to bring me in for one day. Oh, they'll bring me in to speak for one day. But they ain't going to give me no professor job. Could you imagine me in the psychology department? Could you imagine me in the political science department? Could you imagine me in the education department? Could you imagine me in the Africana studies department? And let me deal with this Africana shit real quick. I know I'm pissing everybody off tonight. That's my job, to bring about an intellectual insurrection. Do you understand? I was born on 8/21. What happened on 8/21? Buddha was born. Jesus was born. Krishna was born. Nat Turner War. George Jackson War. First day of slavery. Frederick Douglass Fugitive Slave Convention. Haitian Revolution. 8/21. My job is to bring an intellectual insurrection. Listen. And this is no slight to the Africana studies. Don't get me wrong. I want y'all to hear what I'm telling you. Because white folks are clever. What did I tell y'all about charter schools? I said if you want to get rid of the black folks, open up a charter school. Hire all the white teachers. The white teachers will move into the black community. They will buy up all the real estate. And in 5 to 10 years, the black kids that go to that charter school won't even be able, their parents won't even be able to afford to live in that neighborhood no more. They're using charter schools to clean black people out of the inner city. Remember I told you that? Well, guess what they do at the university level? Guess what they do at the university? They do the same shit. Guess what the universities do? If I'm a white university and I want to take over North Philly like Temple University has done, if I'm a white university and I want to take over whatever big university is in your city, because every black community got a big white university that wants to move the black folks out. Guess what they do? Guess what they do? They're going to start an Africana studies program Why does a white racist university want to start an Africana studies program? Because if we start an Africana studies program that will endear black people to us, it will look like we're being multicultural and Afrocentric. And not only do we make a lot of money off black kids who want to learn who they are from white professors, not only do we want to make a lot of money off black kids who want to learn who they are from white professors, not only do we make a lot of money from black kids who want to know who they are from white professors, guess what? When we start expanding into the neighborhood, building more buildings, opening up different colleges. College of Medicine took over one project. College of Social Science took over another project. The College of Engineering took over another project. The College of Education took over another section of the ghetto. The black folks ain't going to say nothing because it's in the name of education. And since we have an Afrocentric PhD, Afrocentric master's, Afrocentric bachelor's program that makes us look good to the poor black folks who don't want to do nothing but be accepted by us in the first place, having an Africana studies program at the white racist university helps us push more black people out of their own neighborhood. And then guess what they do after they take over the neighborhood? Guess what they do? They get rid of the Africana studies program. Facts. Facts. Temple University did it. After Temple University took over North Philly, my neighborhood, they then tried to kill the PASSEP program, and then they then tried to kill the PhD Africana Studies program, for what I understand. And it wasn't until the black folks protested that they had to put it back. They only used it. They only used the Africana Studies program in the charter school to get on your good side long enough to take you over. What's the second rule of racism? White folks don't share power with black folks. White folks don't share power with black folks. The preacher's job is to keep you docile. The job of the black church in slavery is the same job of the black church today, to keep you focused on heaven while you living in hell. And this is why black churches that don't do the work of the black community have to be shut down and put out of business. Shut down and put out of business. Now let me go back to you, my brother. Those of y'all putting out these STD statistics about black folks, here we go again with the research. I'm about to drop another bomb on you Negroes. Here we go. When they tell you 80% of black teenagers has a sexually transmitted disease, ask them, how did they find that out? You know what they do? This is what statistics is. With statistics, okay, you take a sample. You take a sample. So let's say I'm in Atlantic City right now, right? Let's say you got 1 million black teenagers in Atlantic City. Hypothetically, 1 million, right? They will take a sample, 100 black teens, and test 100 black teens. And because 80 of the 100 black teens that they tested had gonorrhea or chlamydia, they will then put out a statistic, because you infer the stat from the sample. You infer what's going on in the population from the sample. That's called religion. That's called guesswork. That's called making an assumption. That's called a hypothesis. So because 80 of the 100 black children in the sample had gonorrhea or chlamydia, they will generalize and say 80% of teenagers in Atlantic City have a STD. They don't know that shit. They didn't test all the teenagers in Atlantic City. They only tested 100. And sometimes they didn't even test 100. They simply made a generalization from a small little sample of reality. And that's why I told y'all better stop running with the white man statistics. Do I quote statistics? Yes, I do. But I only quote statistics that confirm what my experience has validated. I only quote statistics that have confirmed or appear to confirm information that my first-hand experience has validated. Facts. The job of the preacher is to keep you dumb, deaf, and blind. We give the black church $14 million every Sunday. We give the black church nationally over $14 million every Sunday. No schools, no factories, no supermarkets, no convenience stores, no gas stations, no airlines, no import-export. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? If the job of the church is to get you ready to die, if the job of the church is to prepare you for heaven, what the hell they need so much money for? Because you don't need no money in heaven. I said you don't need no money in heaven. I'm going to tell you like I always tell you. Any religion that tells me I have to die in order to go to heaven, when the white man got his heaven now, and the Chinese got his heaven now, and the Arab got his heaven now, and the East Indian got his heaven now, and he got his heaven in my neighborhood while I'm living in hell, that's a religion I don't need. I want my heaven here. I want my heaven now, and I'm going to get it or die trying, like Nat Turner. I'm going to get it or die trying, like Harriet Tubman. I'm going to get it or die trying, like Ida B. Wells. I'm going to get it or die trying, like Denmark Vesey. Any religion that doesn't teach me to fight for what's right, any religion that doesn't teach me to fight for what's right, any religion that doesn't teach me to fight for what's right is a religion that is preparing me to accept what is wrong. Facts. And you Negroes kill me when y'all start talking about when you going to talk about this and when you going to talk about this. I always get somebody at my lectures right after the end of the lecture. They'll come up and say, well, you didn't talk about it. Excuse you. It's a 2-hour lecture. You expect me in 2 hours to talk about every issue affecting black folk in a 2-hour lecture? Especially when you Negroes need to hurry up and get out so you can go home and catch the reruns of Empire and Mama D and Little Scrappy and the Housewives and all that shit? Huh? You go to class for what? A semester is what? 14 weeks? To learn about one subject, you go to class. 14 to 17 weeks. And you expect me to take 14 to 17 weeks and put that shit in 2 hours. You done lost your damn mind. That's why when we open up the FDMG Academy, we're going to have schools at night. We're going to have a night school. How many adults want to come to Dr. Umar Johnson's night school on political science? Pan-African political science at night. We're going to eat together, talk, converse, learn. You got to take a test, though. You got to pass. You got to pass. That's right. I'm about organization. I ain't part of the Hotep movement. I'm not just interested in information. Information. Come and get this information. That's what they say on YouTube. Come get this information. What the hell is information without organization? What the hell is information without organization? Brother Quentin, I already said all black churches are not the same. Sound like you wasn't listening. But I'm going to let you ride because you wasn't hating. You feel me? But I need y'all to listen because y'all love to criticize and you didn't even. I said that. There's exceptions to every rule. I said that. I speak in churches all the time, my brother. I said that. Please listen when I speak. Don't be so quick to cut in. Nothing you do will move white folks to bring true equality to black folks in America. This is the last one. There's nothing you can do. You fought in World War I. You fought in World War II. You fought in the War of 1812. You fought in the Spanish-American War. You fought in the Civil War. You was Tuskegee. You integrated baseball and football. Okay? You built the railroads. You pledged allegiance. You died. You was human guinea pigs. You invented things. You did everything you possibly could do to prove your worth and love for America. You have not been treated equal. You will never be treated equal. And you need to understand that. Y'all thought Obama was going to make y'all equal. You got the NAACP still trying to make you equal. The Urban League still trying to make you equal. Congressional Black Caucus still trying to make you equal. Equality is a sin to white folks because it eliminates white privilege. You don't need to be equal to them. You need to be equal with each other. We must practice equality amongst ourselves, not with them. Have you ever asked yourself, why does a people who have been through so much continue to beg for participation in the life of their oppressor? You've been raped, killed, sodomized, abused, beaten, disgraced, dehumanized, and you keep going back to the same people after 400 years in 2 years asking for a seat at his table. You are sick. The first law of existence is self-preservation. The first law of existence is self-preservation. How in the hell do you keep running back into a burning house? What did Malcolm say? Massa, we sick. We sick. My country, my president, my Congress, my football team, my city. You don't own shit. You ain't even allowed in there. If they catch you with a hood on your head, your ass would be dead. Please give it up. Please give it up. So in conclusion, family, it's the Prince of Pan-Africanism. I just want to thank y'all for the support you give me through the years. Appreciate all the love. Never take you for granted. Thanks for all the positive text messages and inboxes and Facebooks and tweets and Instagrams and so forth. In 2 more years, we will be celebrating 400 years of surviving. But guess what, brothers and sisters? No more room for surviving. It's time to thrive. Did y'all hear what I said? No more surviving, black people. It's time to thrive. It's time to thrive. We keep talking about the struggle, the struggle, the struggle. It's time for victory. Where the victory at? All my black couples out there, black men, black women, I want to say y'all doing a revolutionary thing. I want y'all to start holding hands when the kids see y'all. Hold hands. Brothers, grab your queen when you see a little black boy. Give her a kiss on the cheek. Don't be sexual, you understand? But be intimate. Don't be sexual, but be intimate. Let the little boys in the hood see you loving up on your queen. You feel me? And then tell those young men, this right here is my greatest gift. This woman right here is my greatest gift. So you go to school, young man. Get your life in order, young man. So one day you'll be able to take care of one of these queens. Okay? One day you'll be able to find the woman of your dreams. Okay? Because the Bible, and I'm no Christian, but the Bible tells you, and I'm only saying it because I agree with it, the greatest treasure a man can have is a good woman. And you do got to find the good ones, because everybody not a good one, you feel me? But that's true, fellas. That's true. So love up on your queen. Try to work through your problems. Don't be giving up too quick. Don't be trying to call it quits. The grass is not always greener on the other side. The grass is not always greener on the other side. Try to make it work. Not just survive. We got to thrive. This is the Prince of Pan.